fiscal strength. And we believe in modestly, slightly higher taxes on wealthy persons, consisting of people who make $1 million a year or more, which roughly corresponds to the top 1%, as a temporary measure to address just what you're talking about, the fiscal crisis. Because you can't solve the fiscal crisis, as made clear, abundantly clear in the Simpson-Bowl report, simply by cutting spending. You have to have revenue increases as well. And so we say that as a temporary measure to address
he leaves the spending out. And Jay, it might be in a future Obama initiative.
It was right in the plan.
He rejected Simpson-Bowl. He rejected the very debt commission that gave him ideas. He left it at the altar. You know that.
No, it's not true. What you're saying is not true. As a matter of fact,
I was down in Washington when he did it.
The grand bargain, let me tell you something, the grand bargain he proposed to Boehner back in the day consisted of dramatic spending cuts at a ratio of at least 4 to 1 in favor of spend cuts. But the fact is, and Simpson-Bowl said this explicitly, you can't solve the debt problem without addressing revenue increases. And that was part of the plan that Obama referred to today.
But Jay, switch it around. You're hearing this, Jay. No, Jay, hold on.
Listen.
Jay, you're hearing this, and I'm hearing no progress. That's what I'm hearing. I'm hearing kind of more of the same. What do you think?
At the expense of offending your other guest, I think it's all nonsense. Number one, if you taxed the rich and took all their money away from them, it would carry the government for what, 100 days? And once the tax, the Bush tax expires, it'll carry the government for 8 days. I've been told that I should pay my fair share. I'm willing to pay my fair share. Nobody has told me what my fair share is. All they've talked about is
39.6%.
We had some proposals on that. We had a proposal which was to go back to the Clinton-era rates, which were certainly not confiscatory. It represented a 4.6 percentage point increase, which is 13% on people who earn $1 million a year or more. The White House had a variation on that, the so-called Buffett rule, which was to establish a 30%
so Dan, if people disagree with that, if rich guys like Jay disagree with that, and say, look, that you're already taking enough from me, and you're not solving the underlying spending problem, and you're not going to get another penny out of me, does that make him and them unpatriotic?
No, of course it doesn't. But that wasn't what he was referring to. The patriotism is a modest sacrifice by very affluent people on a temporary basis over a 10-year period to address the fiscal imbalances.
Do you think a tax increase is temporary?
That's what we proposed, okay?
Okay. What do you think of that, Jay? Temporary tax increase for you. Are you okay with that? Temporary.
Look, Neil, let me
go down with it? Certainly I'm okay with it.
Okay. Well, I know you are.
But here's the thing. They're modest.
I want Jay to answer that. Are you okay with that, Jay?
Increases.
Yeah. Well, Neil, let me go down a little different road, okay? I have a number of friends in my same socioeconomic situation that are glad to pay more taxes if we had confidence that this administration wouldn't flush it down the toilet as they have with these massive spending programs that are unproductive and what have you. I give millions of dollars a year away to the poor, as do a number of my friends. Now, that does not count in terms of accumulating what I'm paying for the common good, what my taxes are, and what I contribute. There's been no debate or discussion about the hundreds of billions of dollars that the wealthy give to causes that benefit the common good. That's just as good as a tax increase. Now, I come from the Austrian School of Economics.
All right, Dan, I'll let you make a final point to that.
Listen, all right, but here's the point, though. If you take all charitable giving, the most reliable figures that there was about between $650 and $700 billion a year. That's not, and that's for all charitable giving. That includes education, medical research, aid to the poor, etc. Contributions to nonprofit organizations.
Now we're getting,
that's a drop in the bucket.
We're getting off topic
That's a drop.
Jay,
that is a drop in the bucket.
I want to thank you both.